So hey dear people, and welcome back again to another video from Swiss RC World. And today I'm gonna show you how you can solder these connectors and those cables, and I'm gonna tell you what these cables do. So first, this is a parallel adapter with TIPS&T connectors, and this one I use if I, for example, want to use these 500 milliamp batteries as one 1000 milliamp battery, and the voltage is gonna stay the same. So two 3S on parallel will be a 3S but double the capacity. So what I would do, I would take this adapter, plug it into my airplane, and then I would plug in one battery on one lead and the other battery on the other side. And this is going to give me 11.1 volts but 1000 milliamps. But now if I want to double the voltage, I'm going to use this connector. This is called a series adapter, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to plug in this one into my plane, which I can't right now because this is not a TIPS connector, and then I'm going to take two other batteries. Let's say I want to use these two times 3S, 2 times 500 milliamps, and I want to use these as 6S 500 milliamp batteries. So what I'm gonna do, one battery is gonna go here, the other one is gonna go here, and I'm gonna plug this in here, and it has 6 cells, so 22 volts at 500 milliamps capacity. So that's what these two connector types will help you to do. So these are all the parts you're gonna need to make these connectors. You need a helping hand, an X-Acto knife, some solder, some solder paste, then a cable. You can choose whichever color you want. You need 3 connectors, 2 male ones and 1 female for each one, a pair of pliers, and also a soldering iron or soldering station would be better. And the last thing we're gonna need is some shrink tubing. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna draw a picture how you're gonna solder these two adapters. Here you can see the difference between those two adapter types. On the parallel one, the plus from the ESC goes both to the plus of the 2 batteries, and the minus goes to the 2 minus of the batteries. But on the series adapter, the plus from the ESC goes to the plus from battery 2, then the minus from that battery 2 goes to plus from battery 1, and the minus from battery 1 is gonna go from the minus of the ESC to the battery 1. So that's how it's done. And now I'm gonna show you how you can solder these. The first step is gonna be to cut 4 pieces which are the same length approximately, and 2 out of them out of red wire and 2 with black silicone around it. Then we're gonna have to put these 2 together and these 2 together, and therefore we're gonna take our X-Acto knife and we're just gonna remove the silicone around it. On the ESC side, where you have to connect the 2 cables together, I would take roughly about 5 millimeters or something, I don't really know. Just take it away like this. And on the other side, about 2 millimeters, a little bit more, just like that. And do this on all 4 cables. Now we're gonna take the longer end first, which is this one, and we're gonna put that into our soldering paste. You can put quite a lot on there. And now we're gonna hold it together with the other red wire, the long part once again, and we're just gonna squeegee them together like this. Maybe twist it around or something, just so it's gonna hold. Then we're gonna put it into our helping hand, and we're gonna put some solder on there. First some solder on your soldering tip, hold it underneath, and wait until the top is hot enough to melt your solder, just like that. And you can put quite a lot of solder in here, just like that, and it holds very firmly. Now we can remove that. I'm going to repeat the same step once again with the black wire. First step, solder paste on one of the ends, then hold the two ends together, twist them around somehow, put it in your helping hands, and solder them together. Just like that. Once again, use quite a lot of solder, and because if this goes apart in flight, that's not going to be good, because you're going to lose half your capacity or voltage, and I don't think that anybody wants that. So the next step is going to be to twist the shorter ends of the wires together and put both of them into solder paste. Once again, put them into your helping hands, but this time not close together, because this time we're just gonna tin the tips of the wire, just like that, and on the other one as well. You don't need a lot of solder right here, and repeat that with the red wire. Then we're going to go ahead and tin our connectors, as I've already done here, right here. And you're going to need one, which is the same as on the battery, and two, which is the same as on your ESC on your airplane or quadcopter or whatever. And then we're going to take some shrink tubing, and we're going to cut the length about 1.5 times as long as the solder joint, so about like that. And this is 5mm, and it won't really fit over here, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a long pair of zippers like this one, put it over top, and slowly push it apart, then turn it around, and repeat the same step for this side, and once again for this side. You're gonna do that about 4 to 5 times, just so you don't rip it apart, and you can also turn it a little bit right there, just like that. And now it should actually fit, and when the heat is gonna be applied, yeah, it fits. It's gonna get smaller again, so don't worry about that. Then first we're gonna solder it, the two wires onto the connector which looks the same as the battery one, so the one which goes to the ESC, and which is gonna lay it on here. Then we're gonna look where's the plus. The plus is on this side right here. So I'm gonna put this in my helping hand and apply this onto the connector, and I'm gonna start melting it. You can't really see right now, can't change that. Just solder it on right there. And also applies some more solder if you want to. Probably have to. Just like that. And this is how your connector should look like if you follow my steps. And this is the one which goes to the ESC, and here I'm gonna solder on my battery connectors. I'm just gonna put this one in here, and I'm gonna take the inner wires for connector 1 and the outer wires for connector 2, just like that. You can choose how you want to do it, but I do it like this pretty much every time. And also, before you start soldering on here, don't forget to get your shrink tubing on your cables, because later on you won't be able to put them on anymore, and you would have to unsolder everything and put it back on, and that sucks quite a bit. So I'm just gonna put shrink tubing over all of these 4 cables so that I don't forget it. And now we're just simply gonna connect the black wire to minus and the red wire to plus. A quick little tip: if you're soldering these type of T connectors, always take a female one and plug it onto your male one, because if the nylon heats up, it might be that those contacts melt and move in their place, and you don't want that, because then you're going to struggle to put on your connector, as I just did right here. Then I'm also going to solder on the red one right now. Just like that. Remove it from your soldering, from your helping hand, I mean. And I'm gonna take my hot air gun. And it should look like that. And now I'm just gonna put on the other 2 connectors, the other 2 wires I mean, to this connector, and we're done. So this is how your parallel adapter looks if you finish it. Just quickly check your solder joints if they hold up pretty well, and you're done. And now we're gonna make a series adapter like this, but also with T connectors. And now I'm gonna use blue wire for all of them, because as you can see on this one, the red and black doesn't really make sense at all to me. I don't get it. So I'm just gonna take some blue wire. I'm just gonna cut a random length. You once again need 3 wires. Just like that. Come on. Then once again, we're gonna strip the silicone off, but this time you're gonna do it exactly the same on all 3 wires. Just some short ones, 2 millimeters or something, on each side, just like that. And now we're gonna take a look at this paper again, and you're gonna see we're again gonna start with the ESC connector, or the one which goes to the ESC, and the plus on this one, or no, let's start with the minus. The minus on the connector which goes to the ESC is gonna go to the minus of battery 1. So I'm gonna hold these two things here and there. First, I'm gonna want to tin those wires just a little. Oops. Come on. Just like that. And now we're just gonna hold it onto one end of these connectors. So minus to minus is the first one. Just like that. And now we're gonna put on 2 pieces of shrink tubing, just some very small ones, just like that, but 2 pieces. One we're just gonna slide over there right now, and the other one not yet. And now we're gonna solder on the second tip of the cable onto the minus, mind you. Just like that. Then strip over your shrink tubing, and we're gonna heat it up. Just like that. The next wire we're gonna solder on is gonna go from the plus of the ESC to the plus of battery number 2. So it's gonna go from here to here. And I'm just gonna solder on one part, one tip. Come on, I don't want to burn my hands again. Okay, now we're gonna take some shrink tube again, 2 small pieces, as always, like that. We're gonna put them over top. One already over the solder joint, and the other not. And then we're just gonna solder the plus to plus. Just like that. Drop it from the soldering jig, and we're gonna heat them up once again. Just like that. And the last wire we're gonna solder on is gonna go from the plus of battery 1 to the minus of battery 2, so it's gonna be a connection like this. And we're just gonna repeat the same process once again. By first soldering on the wire to one of the 2 contacts, the connector. Like that. Take another 2 pieces of shrink tube and slide them over the solder joint. Just fell down on the ground. Just like that. And now we're gonna have to put this connector in here as well. I'm gonna do that just like that. So we're forming a little triangle right here. And now we can solder this one on. Need some more solder on here. which is like this. And now we're just gonna slide over the shrink tool again. Do that again. And that's gonna be your finished product. So once again, this one is gonna plug in to your ESC, and these two to the battery. So here you have the series connector. This is the parallel adapter, and yeah, now we're done. So this was it. We now have a parallel and a series adapter. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please leave a like rating. Write down in the comments what you want to see next, if you like the video and so on. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye.